Hey everyone, this is the last chapter in the carport build. We've got the curtain rods up, the lighting. I haven't put the curtains up yet, but I'll show you how we do that. But anyway, what we're going to do here is I'm going to show you how we build and then how I installed these corner lanterns with the solar lights capped on top of them. Essentially, it's scrap wood from the carport build. The posts for the lanterns are just 6x6 posts. And I got the idea just because I had the scrap wood lying around after the build, and I also had one of these solar lights. Now in Florida, and it's probably pretty much true universally, these solar powered lights, either the batteries go or the solar panels go, within a couple of seasons. You usually don't even get a year out of them, so I don't recommend them as an investment. However, these particular ones, I bought a pair of these 3 years ago, and here we are 3 years later, and they both still work, and they're still on the batteries that came with them, which to me is actually quite surprising. But seeing the scrap wood and seeing that I had one of these leftover lights because I had done some changes to the landscaping, gave me the idea that on the corners of this it would look really nice, especially at night when, I don't light this thing very often. So at night, there will always be these corner lights that you can see from the road. So they're pretty cool looking, as you'll see at the end of the video. But anyway, let's get into it. Let's get busy. Okay, we've got these in, and they're ready for paint. And now we're gonna work on the corner lanterns. Right?
Yep. Nice straight cut.
So this is assembly line. We're gonna make 4.
I hate you, bro. When you do that to me, why are you doing that to me, bro? We not hugged and cuddled last night. What's the problem here, bro?
All right. There's our 4 lantern posts. We got our 4 inserts, and we are actually going back to my original design.
I kind of like it, huh? That's all right. So what do you want about, like an inch short from the top and an inch short from the bottom?
Well, how big are the inserts? The inserts are 9.
Yeah.
So that has to be a little less than the inserts.
So 8.
7.
7. Okay. Well, let's straws then, shall we?
Well, we got enough.
Where's that other piece? Those other 2 pieces over there.
Here's the other piece.
Yeah, where's the other one? Like, this is the same.
That's it. So it's whatever that is divided by 4. Can we get 2? We got to get 2 out of this one, I guess.
Well, today might be your lucky day.
Yeah. What is it?
17.
Oh, we don't need 17. 7.
So, what did we say it was? 7, right?
Well, 7. Yeah.
7. Like 7-Eleven. Always open, but nobody's home. Here is poes warm nou. God, we're not building furniture now.
Okay, here's essentially the lanterns all assembled. So this piece goes in the insert up there. Here's the lantern, and the light goes on top. So I got one kind of in place. I just kind of pushed it up in there. So I'm gonna paint them black. Anyway, I'm pretty excited. I think they actually look really good. All right, it's one down already. I'm using Rust-Oleum Hammered Black. I'll be back. I'll show you what they're like when they're completely finished. Okay. There's the lantern bases painted. Now let me show you also what I did with the solar lanterns that are going on top of these. So here are the lanterns themselves, and what I did is I covered these solar panels and all with this. In Florida, solar panels, they cook pretty quickly, especially on these kind of low buck solar lights like these. These aren't cheapies, and the reason I bought them is because I've had a pair that have now been working fully for 3 years, and that's pretty amazing for this type of thing, especially in Florida, but partially because when I got them, I sprayed the panels down. It might make them slightly less efficient in collecting energy and charging the batteries, but overall, it saves the panels from degrading quickly. So the last big step is mounting these lanterns. I've got 2 in, and it's actually a lot harder work than I would have thought. I got 2 left, so what you gotta do is, it goes up in that slot, but that middle board there, right, that guy is too far out, so I've got to trim it in order to get these bases to fit. So I'm just about to try to fit that third one. It's tight. They fit very tight. One of them I had to grind the edges down or file the edges down. This one I just kind of filed a groove so that I think I can get it in there with the hammer. But let me grab the tripod and I'll show you me whacking away at this thing. Yeah. All right, so this guy's got to be trimmed down. So I haven't done one with the circular saw yet. I'm gonna try it. See if I can just barely trim it. The grinder's been taking too long. Not quite. Too difficult to do that with the circular saw. close. Gotta get it up the rest of the way. Right, next, step back, make sure it isn't crooked. So you're going up top a little bit more, oddly enough. Shouldn't look that way, but it does. Okay, we're good. Now I gotta put the screws in. I'm taking advantage of this post-hurricane weather where it's only 82 degrees out, only. But the humidity is quite high. Important here to pre-drill these holes. You don't want to be, we're drilling on the ends, and you certainly don't want to be splitting this wood. Three in, one to go. I should have filmed this one. This went in exactly how they're supposed to go in. Perfect. Nice and easy. Alright, we're all mounted. Now you may wonder why I'm calling these lanterns. Well, 'cause that's what they're going to be. Those are the lantern tops. Now, these are made for 6-inch, 6x6s. And as we know, 6x6s aren't quite 6x6s. So we'll tighten them up here, and the screw on the other side, we won't tighten it overly because it could crack the frame. All right. Did not think I was going to get this done today, but I think I am. Let me do the other ones. I'll be back. All right. All 4 lanterns up. When it gets dark out, they'll light up. We got the string lights up, curtain rods up. Geez, the only thing left is the curtains, and then cleaning up this leftover wood, and then we're done. So that's it for today. It was a short day after a hurricane, so I only had a few hours, but took advantage of the cooler weather. I'll be back to put the curtains up tomorrow. Take care. Hey everyone. Well, it's the final step. We're gonna put up the curtains and the tie downs for the curtains. So I went with the 54-inch wide by 84-inch high panels, mostly because honestly they're cheap. Mosquito netting curtains can be pretty expensive, but I got these. I'll show you what they are. These were, I think, $10, and you get 2 panels per. And so that's a good deal, because it'll add up, because I need a minimum just for the short ends. I'll need 6 to cover that gap, and so that means 8 and 8 and another 6, and that's the minimum. So all I have to do to put them up, I gotta fold them the right way, which I'll show you how to do, and then unhook the rods and put them in. So let's get busy. All right, I've got a pack open that I had been using for measuring purposes, but for this, we'll start with a fresh pack. All right, so you've got 2 panels in here, and I'm going to show you there is actually a right way and a wrong way to do this. All right, so let me make sure you can see what I'm doing. Let me back this up. Okay, so the front and the back. The back clearly has a tag on it. So let's just start there. This is the direction they're going to face. So you want to start by folding that way. Okay? So you want to keep your end folds pointed to the inside. Okay? And that's it. And then we just have to unscrew. Yeah. Over there, we're just gonna unscrew that. Okay, slide it over and put it in place. Now, as I said, I think it's going to be 6 panels will work. So again, you've got a front and a back. Here's your tag. That's the back. End point towards me, and then just fold them up. And end point towards me again. put up these guys that are already opened. Tag. Okay, end point towards me, then back, then towards me, then back, towards me, back, towards me. Alright, and let's see. 3 should be good. 3 is good for this side. Bring that back and thread it back in. And we're done. This way, with them folded correctly, you can tie them easily to the post. All right, let's get on side 2. This doesn't take too long. Now for this exercise, this next pack, I'm actually just gonna string 2 together. There's one panel. This one was folded backwards, I think, right? Yep. Okay, got 2 together. Don't step on it. All right, so unhooked. These will be able to easily close off the area. That's it. Here's a wide shot. Okay, so that's one end. I'm gonna do the other 3 and then we'll be back. All the curtains are up, and now let's talk tiebacks, because you don't want them blowing in the wind like that. Now, an important point is, see, I do not have them touching the ground. Indoors, I guess it'd be okay for them to touch the floor, but outside you'll just get mold and stuff growing on them if they get wet all the time. So tiebacks. So I've got kind of an unorthodox approach for tiebacks. I'm going to use these stainless hooks, and I'm going to use stainless chain for tiebacks because I don't want it to be fabric. It'll get moldy and worn out. It gets pretty windy quite often when we get storms here, and I don't want it to rust. So let's figure out the proper height and the proper length of each chain. Okay, there's 2 ways of doing this. We can either use one chain to go from this end of the post and this end of the post to hold both ends, or we can use 2 chains, one here and one there. We don't have to make the call just right now, because regardless of which way you choose, you only need one hook. So hooks, I'm going to go with about 4 feet. Well, I'm not going to go with about 4 feet. I'm going to go with 4 feet up. 4 feet up and centered. Because right off the base, about center. Couple of these in. plenty, so we'll try 2 methods. You want it to be tight, but not too tight, if you know what I mean. You want the curtains to kind of be able to hang. So that looks like a good length, right? Wow. Looks rather interesting. Simply let go. That's not where I cut. The chain was just bad. So let's see. Which side we go with. Not gonna have that happen again, are we? All right. Let's see what that looks like from a distance. Certainly easier with one chain. And it does kind of keep them out of the way, but does it look that good? It looks okay from here. Actually, yeah, one chain will do. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna figure out the length of this one chain and cut 3 more the same size. Three more that hopefully won't immediately break like that one did. I didn't even get a chance to see if this would cut them. It simply broke. All right, this is our original piece. So we always want to use the original piece just in case we screw up as our basis for where we're going to cut. And we're going to cut is this ring right here. Perfect. Okay, we got 1. 2 more. Okay, chain's cut. Let's put the rest of the holes in and I'll be back. Now that is nice. All right, there it is. So what was once an idea that popped in my head when I was working on that table in this 95-degree heat and decided it would be a lot nicer with a roof over my head, has now turned into a completed carport. And we've got all the accessories phase even done, so we are done. All told, probably $2,700 ended up being materials, including the curtains and the rods and all that. And 4 full days, 2 people, I guess would be a fair way to say it, because it was 3 days full with 2 people and then 2 more days with 1 person, maybe 4.5, let's say 4.5 full days labor, and it's done. All right, so hey, if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe to the channel. It's a growing channel, hasn't even been up for a year, and liking and subscribing really helps. So if you want to take on something like this, and you got a friend that'll help you, don't be intimidated. Just go out, get busy. Take care.